Audio Jungle.
Hey, Davy Seven, it is your girl Travian, and I am here with a special guest coming from across the world right now, Paris to be exact. And we have Lakei Smith. Most of you may have seen her page, because she's blowing up online with all her fashion looks.
Oh, it's
Ooh la la
okay.
land. Here she goes right here. Lakei, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, my love. I appreciate it. I'm very happy to be here.
No problem. Let's go ahead and jump into these questions because I know there's 8 something over there and it's 2
Mm.
something here in Virginia. All right.
Oh,
So I read where you said the Lord spoke it over your life that you would travel the world with your gifts. When you
mhm.
finally landed in Paris, one of the most fashion forward cities on the planet, what did it feel like to you and to know exactly where you were supposed to be?
I mean, honestly, it felt amazing. Thank you for this question. I just remember being maybe about 12 or 13 years old in New York, where I'm from in Brooklyn, and watching this commercial of this woman she was a beautiful, black woman in a beige suit. This is back in, I guess, maybe 98. Yeah, or maybe 97 or 96, I forget. And she had a briefcase and she got on the plane. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do that one day. And then I know where, I just knew I was going to travel. So being able to just be here and live out my dreams, styling people, teaching musical theater to kids, because I'm a singer, and having my own band and just bringing color to Paris, all the color. It really is a God's plan for me. It has not been easy, but this is our 5th year. We're coming up on our 5th year, and I am excited about what's ahead.
That's good. And for you guys who are looking right now, we did not plan to both wear lavender. It just
No,
happened.
it didn't. It really
It just
didn't.
got the same color on. See, that's how it
Right.
is. Going to your second question, you and your husband made the decision together to leave everything familiar and build a life in Paris. How was
Mhm.
having him by your side shape the way you show up in your creative and fashion spaces over there?
Yeah, like, oh my goodness. My husband started to take photos for me. He's from Texas, so he started to take photos for me when I decided to go full on with content creating, I guess during the pandemic, actually. The year before 2019 is when I was like, okay, this is nice. And I remember getting like my first brand deal, I was taking a bath and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a brand deal. It was like barely any money, but it was my first brand deal. Because I'm a photographer as well, I kind of like showed him what to do and how to like become a part of this content creating life. So it's really been a blessing because I have someone that, I can be like, okay, I have this show to go to, are you available? Come on. Or, hey, I have to take these photos. What's your schedule like? Because, he has a life too. So we collaborate in that way. So it's been really, it's been a blessing because to have like your significant other by your
Mhm,
side, you
mhm.
have somebody to do life with and to just, you know, be be there for one another. So it really has been a blessing.
So you get to support each other and, that girl
Yeah,
love
we
that is
do. Yeah,
how you
we
feel.
do. Yeah.
So Paris is a city where people walk outside in full looks and nobody blinks twice. Well, New York is kind of that way too. But how has that kind of freedom amplified the way you express yourself through fashion?
And you know what? The funniest thing is I've always been into colors. I've always been into textures. Again, being from New York and growing up seeing like my aunt and my mom like dress. Like that's one thing about us. We can dress. And the funniest thing is that I found that as I started to travel and live in different countries, I kind of okay, you know what? I'm gonna give this story. The Parisians out here, black and beige is their thing. Forget beige, just black. So the clean aesthetic
Mhm.
ish. That's what we see. You don't really see too many like colors and things like how I
Mm.
dress. So in 2022, I was like, you know what? Let me try this whole beige look and it just didn't work. I was really trying to, it did not work. It didn't work for me. So I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. This is who I am.
Mhm.
And I love to color block. And I saw how like my in my community, on Instagram and Facebook, they were responding and it was like, oh my goodness, I never thought to put those colors together. So like, I mean, yeah, but some people they put it on out here. Especially, they really do put it on out here. It's really about classic looks, but then you'll have somebody like, oh my goodness, that's great. So yeah, living here really has amplified my love for colors because you don't see it often, really.
I love how you, and this is not even a question, this is a compliment. I love how you always include, like, the backgrounds, like, the different, like, the doors and
I'm so happy
stairs
you
and
noticed.
and I'm sitting here like, "I wish I could find that for a background." Like, it's just like you have a world of, like, content
Yeah,
background.
it is.
Yeah, so that's one thing I
Yeah.
always noticed, and it complements your colors so well.
Thank you. And I really that's why, I love finding different backdrops. My favorite are doors. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to get away from doors and trying to challenge
It
myself.
works.
It works. It really does. Thank you. I guess because I love the architecture. I love to capture beautiful moments. So I'm trying to do more with
I got
that.
you, I got
I just did a photo shoot and that's what I did. And I was very proud of myself. It was like, okay, not
you know, because you have a lot of color blocks, so it'll be like a green background, and you throw in some
yeah.
you love yellow, I know that.
Yes, I do. I started off with yellow. I mean, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I think six, yellow was my thing. And then I just got back into it. But then it was sometimes it's green. A color that I don't wear often?
What?
Lavender.
And what
I
was the
do not wear
coincidence
lavender
there?
like right,
I
I
don't have
don't. And
none either.
I want to. You don't either?
I just said, "Let me put this
What?
on real quick."
That is so cute. I love what you got on right now. Sorry, y'all. I had to do Pilates today, and I just did a wash day, but I'm still cute.
You still fly. Mhm.
I still be fly.
Yeah,
I
you
don't play
fly.
that. Anywhere I go, I'm always going to be fly. It doesn't even matter.
Now, your faith, your music, and your fashion all live in the same space for you. How do these
Yes.
things fuel each other when you are creating and putting looks together?
This is so funny. Like I said before, well, I said when we were talking earlier, I had an interview about 3 weeks ago, and honestly, Lakei Shanine, the artist, and Oohlaland, the stylist, were two different people. It's
I
like
got you.
I mesh it together because I'm like, okay, I am who I am, but when it's time to perform, it's like I choose different. I'm not as bright and colorful. I'm more into sequin. It's so interesting. Like it's just I like to wear my sequin glasses. I like to wear lavenders. You know what I mean? It works. Yes, it does. But then again, it's like different. It's very, very interesting.
You are a contributing style editor for Live Affirm magazine, a vocalist, a
Mhm.
content creator, and a stylist. With all
Yes.
these roles, what is the look that sets you apart when you walk into the room? Now, I know you just answered and said like you are a totally different person for each thing.
I know. It's so interesting. What's the look that sets me apart? I'm always going to have a statement piece. I don't care what's going on. I'm going to have a statement piece, whether it's my bag, it's my top. And, I used to be a hat person. I'm back into my caps, but I love hats. No matter, I'm always going to have a statement piece, even if it's my nails. Like something is going to pop. So I think that I've always, and if I should say so myself, I've always been a trendsetter. Like I don't follow what people do. I do what I love. And so I think always just having like a statement piece with anything that I have on is always, even if it's not like I don't know. I love to put looks together, but sometimes I like for my look to be just like, for instance, I bought this denim dress from H&M. Oh my God, it's so bomb. You see, that's like a neutral. I'm always gonna have something that's going to pop with that nutrient.
That's my thing. That's my thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was talking to us earlier, and it's
Yeah.
something we have in common. The
Mhm.
socks with the heels. Okay.
Yes.
Now
My
the socks with the heels,
favorite.
the color
Yeah.
layering, the print on prints has a signature, and people recognize it. Like I said, I recognize it.
Oh,
What
thank
drew
you.
you to that way of dressing, and what made you commit to it as your thing?
I saw that no one was really doing it. no one was really like saying, "Oh, this is fly." Like, like the or no one was like I just saw I always wanted to do it. Like I'm always looking for a way to amp up my closet or to see like what I can do, what I can put together, what shoe, what sock, what skirt, what top. And I just felt like I remember when I said I committed to it in 2023. I was like, you know what? I was doing more content at home and I was like, you know what? I love socks and heels. This is fly. So let me go
Mhm.
ahead and put it on. You know what I mean? And it didn't catch on at first. That was in 2023. And then when everybody started to wear in 2024 and 2025, I was like, even before
It's all right.
2020, I was like, like I was like, it's okay, y'all, because it's cute. But now, I ain't gonna front. I'm seeing people even in our community that they're doing it now. And I'm like, okay, great. You know what I mean? I'm glad, because that's what it's for.
As a
Well.
Black American
Mm,
woman walking into fashion events, press walls, and
mhm,
editorial spaces in Paris,
mm.
what has the room actually felt like, and how has your style been a part of how you move in those spaces?
Baby, when I be walking up in these fashion shows, when I be walking up in these pop-ups, when I be walking up into these grand openings, baby, I gonna be playing. And everybody and the photographers be like, "Move out the way." Like, I ain't gonna front. This is the true story. I thank God for us people being individuals. I'm just an individual. I'm so set apart. I walk in and it's like I feel I feel validated in myself because I know that I worked really hard just being myself.
Mhm. But your presence is being known now. Because I mean, hey,
Thank you.
I'm interviewing you right now. You're not even in the United States at this moment, so just think about that. So
Thank
you just,
you.
go to your page sometime like, oh man, she's doing this, she's doing that, whatever. And
Oh,
I think I followed you when your page wasn't even as large as it is right now. So it's
really?
really, yeah, I been following you for a while. So it's
I
like,
didn't know that.
yeah, because I
I,
just been going back following. I don't do no announcement. Like, oh, I like her page. Oh, I like her page. Oh, I like her
yeah,
page. And then I think what happened when we kind of connected more when we had like posted you and said that somebody you should watch. Yeah.
yeah. That was very
I saw
kind.
some other, platforms do it later, but, yeah,
Oh. Mm.
we
Mm,
like,
mm,
I know
mm.
we swallowed, but okay,
Mm,
but
mm,
that's a whole nother
mm,
story. That thing of being watched sometimes, you just
mm,
realize, like, no matter how small your brand is or if it's growing,
mm,
you just never
mm.
know who's watching.
Who's watching? And I forget that, Travion. I really do forget that. So thank you, just really because having these conversations, it's really good just to be transparent and just to, we're all creators in this space, and it can be as we say out here, c'est compliqué, huh? Like it's très it could be complicated to navigate.
New York shaped your foundation and Paris
Mhm.
expanded your world. What
Yes,
did
it did.
each city teach you about your own style that you could not have learned anywhere else?
Oh, New York. Let me tell you something, honey. We grit. We are grit. Like this, I think New York, we get things that last. Like for instance, we walk everywhere. So our boots and our shoes, they're gonna be expensive because we walk everywhere. And I would say fortunately, unfortunately, but fortunately, back in the day, I'm not sure how it is now because I haven't lived in New York almost 10 years. I moved in 2016. My family is still there, but I haven't lived there since then. Well, you look down to people's feet, it speaks a lot about you, unfortunately. So like having great threads is really important and investing in your threads is very important in New York. You invest in things because you hold on to things for like almost 10 years. You still have this coat, like a leather coat for 10 years. And we really, really take pride in that, like just really putting looks together. And I remember like, even how I like collaborating with some black owned brands from New York. And it was like, yeah. And people say, oh my God, that's mad New York. She's so New York. Yeah, I'm Brooklyn. I'm very, very Brooklyn. And I think that bringing that here, that's what people they don't know what to do with me because I'm always going to look like a New Yorker. But now living here, when I go back home, oh my God, I stick out like a sore thumb. I stick out like a sore thumb. it's so intentional how I put my pieces together. And when I go back home, it's like I'm me, but I'm elevated. It's very interesting.
So you are in the streets of Paris in a full look, phone out, recording yourself, and the locals are watching. We have
Mm.
all seen that video where
Uh,
you said something. Uh-huh. Give us your funniest moment of someone staring you down while you were in your bed creating your content.
Let
How
me
do
tell
you
you
handle
something, Travion. This is the bane of my existence out here. I would tell you this: if I'm in Montmartre, if I'm in the 18th at Arrondissement, the people, oh my God, I don't even, these are not even tourists. These are like older folk, black, white, pink, purple. I don't care who they are. You in Montmartre in the 18th, everybody's like, oh, c'est génial. Oh, très bon. Ah, très joli, hein? And they love it, honey. They won't walk by and just be like, now the tourists, well, they'll just walk by and be, but the people in Montmartre, they are so into fashion. I don't know how, but they just are. My shoes, they'd be like, ah, ooh la. So, they'll just be so like excited about it. But I'm like particular about where I shoot. I have my favorite spots. I'm staying in a different arrondissement right now for the summer, and it's in the 8th, and it's like people, they can be a little weird because it's like you're shooting and it's like they're looking, they're stopping, they're just like, trying to pay attention. I handle it where I have to tell my husband, like, hey, just keep shooting, especially if I'm doing a video. Just keep shooting, man. Like, just keep shooting. I have other video where I'm walking down I'm walking and my husband's recording me and these teenagers on the bike and they're like, you are so pretty. And I'm like, thank you. And I'm like, and he's like, how do they know you're American? I'm like, because we're doing this. We're recording. But I mean, some people are really, really kind. And I handle it pretty well, I would think, because I'm very intentional about where I shoot. I am very intentional.
So
Yeah.
you just said they know that you're American because you're shooting. So is that
Mm.
like uncommon?
No, not really. I think it's the way it is. I think you just know a French girl or a French person. You just know.
Gotcha.
I see young ladies that are in their 20s shooting out here, but you just know that they're
Yeah.
not. I don't know what it is, but you just know. You just
Hmm.
know.
Okay.
You
Okay.
just know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So music, faith, fashion, and life abroad. You are
Mhm.
not just a stylist or a content creator. You are a whole creative with a lot of layers. How do all of those parts of you come together in the way you dress and present yourself daily?
Yeah, like, for instance, you see today, like, I for some reason, I thought it was a audio recording, but it's a whole video. So, you see me, girl, when I go to the gym, you know what I mean? I still have my rings on, I got my hoops, I take them off when I do Pilates. I'm still always gonna have it's always gonna be colorful. My sports colorful is green, leopard, my sack is leopard, my purse is colorful. It just I am that layered. I'm very layered. So at my everyday looks, they represent how I'm feeling and what I have to do for the day. I'm very intentional about what I put together. You never gonna catch me looking crazy. It's just
So
not
you gonna
gonna
catch
work.
you slipping? Uh-uh.
No, you can't catch me slipping. That's because I'm a New Yorker. You cannot catch us slipping.
All right, for the Black woman in our audience who has a dream that feels too far outside of what is normal, and she is
Mm.
watching you live yours in Paris in a full color outfit, what do you want her to feel when she watches this?
I want her to feel inspired. I want her to feel, not just feel, but know, that with God, all things are possible. Whatever He puts in your heart, it's not by mistake. He puts it in he shows you, he reveals it to you. It's up to you to use those talents. It's up to you to take that leap and say, God, how can I do it? Sometimes, some people are like, well, I can't do it. You can do it. There are not just resources, but God is your source first.
Mhm,
That
mhm.
is what I want first. He's your source. And so whatever your heart, he said he'll give you what your heart desires. And he is, he's the giver of good things. So whatever God gives you, you follow through with it. And he's able. And if this is something that you want to do, uh, you know, I'm here. You can reach out to me. I'm always in the inbox to speak and meeting other people and all
Here
that
we
stuff.
go. She
always in the inbox. I be in the
is.
inbox, and they be
That's
like,
a good
"Oh, what to
thing.
do?"
But that's a good thing. I will say that one thing, and again, thank you for even, saying, "Yeah, girl, I'll do it,"
Oh, thank
because
you.
sometimes, sometimes people can get, they can be very normal at one moment, and then
Uh-huh.
when the spotlight is on them, it's like, I have arrived.
Girl,
Like,
please, ain't nobody arrived. That's the thing. People feel like they've arrived. Ain't nobody arrived. Everybody's is striving to do the best that they can with what they got. Everybody's striving to be the best person they can be and to use what they have. So that whole arrive business,
mhm.
I never got it. I still don't get. I don't care what's going on. I don't care where I
I
live.
always think so.
Yeah, ain't nothing. We all I'm listen, we all black. So so there we are. Black women, supporting one another. Um but yeah, I never got that out of our business, but I know what you're talking about and I've seen it. I just think that sometimes with people follower accounts and all of this, people, I don't know. It's not even all that. Because when I I would at this point, and I worked really hard to be over 50K. I really did. However, I felt like once I reached 20K, 30K, 40K, oh, things are gonna change. No, it's the same work. People would try to play you and try to do you. They'll be like, oh, can you do this work for me for free? Or they still try to play you. So you have to find the value within yourself and not in anyone else. You have to know your value and you have to not look at what other people are doing, but look at what you have and do what not just the best, but do big things with what you have. Trust me, because it ain't even though it's real. Trust me when I tell you. Yeah,
I
no.
always say just be yourself. Like, that's like the best thing
Yeah.
you can always do, because
Hmm.
we got enough duplicates online. I always say that on
It's
social media.
too
It's enough.
many duplicates. I
Oh my
agree.
goodness.
Especially now. Everybody's doing the
Yes.
same thing.
He has been a fashion designer for so
Hmm.
many years.
Hmm.
My biggest problem has been me waking up one morning and
Hmm.
seeing Shein and Temu and whoever Fashion Nova
Taking
with
your
my
stuff.
garment on there, and I'm like, there
Yep.
is nothing that I can do. I can complain. I
Right.
can, I can like, hey y'all, they
Hmm.
copy. I got to the point where I got tired of doing that. They copied
Hmm.
me again, that kind of thing. And
Hmm.
there is nothing that I can do about it. And I see a lot of
Right.
other black fashion designers, even stylists and people like that
Mm.
who put things together, who made, you may have said like, oh, I made this, took this skirt and ripped it up and do blah blah blah.
Mhm.
They're like,
Mhm.
okay. They're
Right.
just,
Yeah.
at this moment, they take the person's full body and face
Mm, mm,
and use it
mm.
now. And it's like, what you gonna do about it?
Somebody
Nothing.
somebody took a I just left it alone, but somebody took my likeness, my background here in Paris and did a AI photo of a girl that looks like me with the same background, same yellow outfit. Yeah. I saved it right on my Pinterest. It's right on Pinterest. I just child, I don't got the energy. I don't have the
Yeah,
energy.
because then once I used to get mad, and I'm like, you know what? What am I supposed to do about it? I can't. It's
Yeah.
just like, even when it comes to like the fashion portion of it, what am I gonna do? Call the China and say, hey. So
Yeah.
what is coming next for you, and what should the Davy Seven fam have their eyes on?
What's next for me? I would say, new music for sure. Like, because I'm a writer and a producer as well. So I produce and write my own and do all my backgrounds of my music. So music is where God has me out here. Also opening up a school, I would say a music school here in Paris. Like that's something that, that I'm currently in the process of doing. And I would say fashion wise, that's to be a TBA because it's like things are just changing so much and all of these different platforms. I'm just going to continue to be me and continue to inspire in the ways that I inspire. Just
Yeah,
a
because
create.
we see you, and that's why we
Yeah,
had to bring
thank
you up
you.
here because you're inspired from afar. Like,
Thank you. I
to,
really appreciate it.
to be over
Sometimes
there
it
and
feels like I don't. Sometimes I feel I appreciate you saying that. I don't really see it that way as much anymore.
the crazy thing is, even the people who don't post, like I know we all went through this moment where we post a lot, right? And then you get
Mhm.
this moment you just don't feel like it. Like
Yeah,
I'm in that moment right now. I just don't feel like it. I really
I
don't.
did.
But for that moment that you did inspire, it locks in your
Mhm.
brain. Like it's why I'm
Oh,
like, I'm gonna
yeah.
go, like let me. I told Brandon like she interviewed somebody else last week, and I was like, I have to get her on the page because we're both inspired by your look. We just and
Y'all
the
so
courage
kind.
to live over there, you know, without like your because that's a big thing for a lot of people. It's you and your husband. So it's like your
Yeah.
family is here and you're there.
Mhm. I'm so happy to inspire. I hear this from a lot of people. I think for me, I just be like, oh, okay, everybody's doing what they want to do. I think that's always what it's been for
You
me.
just
I'm doing
living.
what I want to do. I'm living where I want to live. I'm just going to do it. I don't need permission from anybody. I used to
Right.
ask permission. I used to ask permission in my early 20s, like, oh, I'm going to move to the DMV. Oh, don't go. Why are you going to go? We need you here. Oh. Honey, I stayed. Ain't nobody need me nowhere. I said, oh yeah, I'm out. For real, they didn't need me nowhere. Oh, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. I was moving to the DMV. I was like trying to move like out of the state, eventually out of the country. That was always the goal.
As far as for our viewers, how can they find you on social media? Like all your platforms. I'm gonna list it as well up here.
Mhm. Okay, well, at the moment, just right now, well, Pinterest. I mean, like, I'm really, I really like Pinterest. It's really cool. You can find me on Pinterest. Follow me at Oohlaland. I think underscore Oohlaland. And of course, Instagram underscore Oohlaland. I am not doing much on TikTok. It's just not my platform. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? It's just not my thing. And my music page is l.shani music. So I really try to, if I have performances out here in Paris, which I have not been doing a good job, but posting them because everyone keeps asking and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a post. But I just really do wear a lot of hats and it's a lot of transitions going on right now. But that's where you can find me, Ooh La La Land underscore Ooh La La Land on Instagram. That's where I primarily rock. That's where
Yep,
the
she does. That's
love
where you can see all
is.
her looks and all her fashion,
Yeah.
all her color blocking. My favorite socks with the heels. You can see, like big hair, twisted hair, everything.
Yes.
But the kids
Yeah.
been great speaking with you today.
You
I'm
too,
so glad because it's what,
love.
9 o'clock over there now.
9:04, 9:05. It just turned 9:05.
Get to bed, girl. Get to bed. Do what you gotta do. Again,
Oh,
we do
honey.
thank you for joining our
Thank
platform.
you for having
And
me.
thank you for being the fashionable person that you are, which attract us to
Thank
you.
you.
Just keep on doing
Thank
you. They're
thank
watching. I'm
you.
watching. The Davy
Thank
Seven's
you.
watching.
Audio Jungle.